Hey people, excuse me. Hey. 8:40 in the morning on Tuesday, June 27th. Today is my sister Stephanie's birthday. Happy birthday, Stephanie. No Time Records. This is the label that we are calling, RAF is calling our label. Hoping to hear about the arrival of some vinyl records here in the next couple of weeks. Sure would like to hear that today. But first thing I want to say is it's really special to me and wonderful that my siblings, who are still with us, are still alive. I lament my brother's passing daily. Still, I miss Patrick, but I just need to share that growing up in my household with my siblings. It was a loving household, but it was a crazy household, and there was all sorts of stuff going on. My mom had a lot of issues with her health, physical and mental, and both of my parents were gone before they turned 60. I think both my parents passed away around 55 or so, and so quite frankly, I had some neuroticism about that. Slightly neurotic about it. Both parents dying young, thinking that's what's going to happen to me too. So it's fantastic that we're all still alive, and my sister turned 71 today. Always have been close to my sisters, my brothers too, but my sisters I hung with when I was a kid. And especially Stephanie, just she's like a friend, as well as my sisters. So I hope your day goes well, Stephanie. Happy birthday. Folks, I'm glad that these posts serve a purpose for people beyond the purpose they serve for me. People are writing and telling me about what's going on with them. And it's interesting because I've never met really any of you that post on here. If I have, I don't know it. And yet when I read what you write, it's like I get a sense, a potential sense of who you might be, as well as a potential sense of how you perceive me. It's interesting. Some people think, I'll say it like this. Some people talk as though they think they know what I'm about, and they don't. I just need to say that, your perception of me is not who I am, just like my perception of you is not who you are, however accurate or inaccurate it may be. So if it helps today go better, that's good. That's a good thing. It's a good thing. So this will be a short one because I really don't have much on my plate to share. Musically, I got confirmed that I am doing a show at the end of July, another noise show. And I need to explain that I love music, but I love sound. And I've always loved sound and noise work. Participating in the Noise Fest in May and getting ready for it was kind of a reawakening or a reconnecting with that part. Consequently, going to meet Victoria Shen and seeing her play as Eviction was also another. So yeah, I love this stuff, and Victoria Shen just premiered a work that she put together with Kronos Quartet. There's posts about it online. That's badass. That's really something. So Richard, Third Foundation, Fourth Dimension. Listen to me, Third Foundation, Fourth Dimension. The latest missive from your label is right on time. Complete Kleistwahr, Don't Let Go, 1982 to 1986. Yeah, this is right on time, right about now. Ramle, as Kleistwahr, it explains. I didn't read all this, but it explains. I listened to most of disc 1. This is really good work, and it's uncompromising, and it's good, and it's strong. And I found myself really enjoying the sonics. I like the way this type of stuff hits my body as well as my ears. Stuff like Merzbow and Missing Foundation. And this, it's like, I really enjoyed this. Don't Let Go. Along those lines, I was working on my setup for the show I'm going to do for No Coast Noise or something, I think is who's sponsoring these concerts. It's going to be what they call a noise brunch. It'll be in the daytime from 10 to 2 in the afternoon. And I'm putting together what I'm going to do. I'm not going to use my laptop. I'm going to do some live scratching and sampling using a CD player and a thing called a tweakalizer I bought many years ago, where it has a limited amount of effects, and as a result, I'll work with that. As opposed, so I spent the better part of yesterday working on my setup and making some recordings. I've said it before, I have a release coming out besides the RAF and the Dave Nance. This is going to be RAF's label. But Brian Day's Public Eyesore label is putting out this CD that we did together in March. And it's a sound work. Some of you may find it interesting. Probably most of you maybe not, but that's coming. But what I'm going to do as well is I'm working on what I'm going to do for the noise brunch. I already like what I'm coming up with, and so I'm probably going to put a short EP of some of this stuff on my Bandcamp site, probably this week, for you to check out. I'll make it free. It'll be a free download. So folks that are new to my channel, sometimes people ask me questions and it's like, I don't want to answer it like that. It's like, welcome to my channel, but you're asking me stuff that I talk about, and I've made thousands of videos. Watch some videos, okay? I'm not going to start over. That's what it feels like. It's like, oh, you're just coming, you're just joining us. I'm not going to start over for you. Get involved. Watch some videos. You can pick up on my flavor by watching some videos, okay? All right. I'm reading that book on Italian Prague. I love stuff like that. I mean, the book on mindfulness that I got with the Felix Lopez album, I could write the book. Every time I read it, it's like I can just take it up from there. It's real easy to read, real easy to understand. And you know what? I can literally just take it, start reading a chapter, and I could take it from there. I used to teach mindfulness, okay? So it's important stuff. Being mindful, trying to be in the moment, in the here and the now. Try to shut out the noise of the past and the future tripping. It's important. It has a lot to do with my sense of peace and just being able to enjoy my life as simple as it is, No, I don't have money. I, that's not the key to happiness or even joy. Um, I'm talking mainly about me, not really showing many records. I'll show a record right quick. Michael Angelo. This is a reissue. Again, it's one of those obscure small label runs. This guy's out of Kansas City. I guess he was a studio musician, but this album is really good, and it's Psych. This is real good. It's real good. Yeah. I keep it simple and I enjoy things. So, this surprised some people when I showed it yesterday. Canned Heat, Living the Blues. You folks have heard about me and my PTSD regarding the blues. Well, what's different about this album, or this, is the song Going Up the Country. It was a hit on the radio. When it was on the radio, I loved it. It was a song, and I liked the song. And boogie music on here. They used to play that on the radio, on FM radio, and so there's a nostalgic. It's like a throwback in time when I listen to it. It's pretty cool. So I listened to that. But did I listen to all the blues songs? No, I skipped. I just played those two. They were able to play the blues pretty good. It was the bass player, one of the bass players, Larry something, who's been gone. Yesterday was his birthday or something. You know how this stuff comes up online in conversations? So yes, grateful to be alive. Happy birthday, Sister Stephanie. I have comments up in the background here, and I see where, yes, someone said they're grateful to be alive. Another person said the video worked for them because they were at the hospital. Hope that everything is all right with you. Yes, I have that Amorphous and Androgynous record, Terry, and yep, the Kent label. I grew up with that. That's B.B. King and stuff like that. When I was a kid, a lot of Kent records in the houses that I was in growing up. I am well steeped in soul music, and if it weren't for my own experience with Omaha and that music and a lot of what goes with it, I would play. I'd be probably playing more of it. But I choose music to set up an environment, personal environment for me that I like, and it's different. It's consciously different from the usual sound of my neighborhood. I'll put it like that. Let me just keep going. I'm just rambling. For example, was it yesterday? Ray, my cousin, was out sitting outside like he does sometimes and playing his stereo on his motorbike. Mostly what he was playing was that old Hollerin' Shoutin' Blues, ZZ Hill, and stuff like that. Stuff where it sounds like him singing, It's like, old guy lamenting, hollering, and I live with that stuff, so I don't, just don't really want to play it much, I don't. Oh boy, what else? Well, I have 8 left. I have 8 Muse left, and I don't mind pushing it because I'm real proud of this. I sold another one yesterday. You ought to get me. There's only 8 of these left, and that'll be it. This is one of the best records to come out this year. Is that pretentious for me to say it? I don't care. I really mean it. I really feel it. Still, after several months, it's still heavy on my playlist in my mind. I love that record. Get one while you can. Anything else? Can't think of it. It's so. I'll go ahead and stop here. Happy birthday, Stephanie. Have a good day, folks. Yeah, if it helps. Oh, that's what I wanted to share. It's like, this format of interaction where folks feel free to share a little bit of their thoughts with me. I like this, and I can handle this. My background in mental health as a specialist and also / counselor, it's part of me. It was part of me before I was a grown-up. Years ago, I forget the fella's name, there was a person that watched me who made music, and he started to send me his music. And he would write these long letters. And then it got to the point where he emailed me asking if he could call me. He needed someone to talk to, and he would pay me. I said, no, I don't want that. I know the experience from being a mental health professional of counseling and also therapy. And that's hard work. I don't want to sit around and listen to people's problems. And that was one of the frustrating things about being a mental health specialist. Working in the system, I had several clients who had therapists, and they got to a point where they didn't want to go to therapy without me because the therapist would just take their money and they wouldn't make the people work. They just sit there and listen. Actually, I busted 2 therapists who were collecting money talking about their problems during the client's time. And I said, what the hell is this? Busted both of them right there in front of the client. I got heat actually from one because of the prominence of the therapist. I said, I don't give a shit. You're supposed to be trying to help people. So I'm just saying, it's like, if this exchange or this way of connecting is of any value to you, I'm really happy to hear that. I'm glad to be retired. I don't want to sit around and listen to people's problems all day. I like to problem solve when someone asks for some input, but to just listen and get bathed in people's misery, no. Hell no, I don't like that. Breaks my heart to hear what's going on with some of you folks. I gather that, Ghost and Bell, you're homeless. I also see that someone else who makes music in the Facebook groups is currently homeless. I won't say his name. Maybe more than that. I've been homeless twice, so I know the experience. Shit. And it's unfortunate because there is enough housing. There's enough for everyone in this world right now. But because of capitalism and outright greed, we have so much unnecessary misery. So that's why I'm saying I'm happy to just sit at home for the most part. Keep it simple. Go out someplace and be just my luck. Some shit go down while I'm happen to be there. It hasn't been 2 times the last time I went to a big store like Walmart where some kind of commotion happened in the store that caused people to look around and say, what? Last time I went even, there was some strange screeching sound going on in the store. Possibly someone's motorized wheelchair was breaking down. But it had everyone on edge, I'm happy to stay home for the most part. Okay, people. Check in with me. Let me know how you're doing.